18.10 Metamour Oversaturation. In the fantasy version of polyamory, all your partners and metamours love each other, laugh together, go on trips together, and sit around one long wooden table eating gluten-free muffins while your children braid daisies into each other's hair. And honestly, I love that fantasy too. I'm a kitchen table poly kind of person to my core. I light up at the idea of my lovers loving each other. I imagine travel pods and festival crews and Sunday family barbecues with an ever-expanding constellation of humans who all feel like home. But here's the uncomfortable truth I've had to learn over and over. The thing that feels expansive to one partner can feel suffocating to another, especially if that other partner is an introvert and doesn't identify as poly. And you happen to be the human equivalent of a confetti cannon. In the realm of open relationships, Metamour Oversaturation can be a silent killer of secure attachment. The kitchen table polyamory ideal. When you're wired for connection, it's easy to believe that more closeness means more safety, more overlap means more harmony, more togetherness means fewer misunderstandings. But when you're connected to multiple people, each of their own nervous systems, energy levels, histories, bandwidth, and preferred social temperatures, closeness can very quickly turn into oversaturation. I envision a life where everyone knows each other, enjoys social gatherings, and builds friendships across the board, if not all living in a commune together somewhere. I dream of us traveling to festivals together, taking vacations as a group, and having our children play together on lazy Sunday afternoons. The notion of a tight-knit poly family is incredibly appealing to me. However, for an introverted partner, the constant presence of a metamour, especially during the intense glow of a new relationship energy, can feel less like togetherness and more like a neighbor who moves in unannounced with casserole. It may be well-intentioned, it may even be delightful, but it's just too much. The pressure doesn't show up dramatically, it creeps. More invitations, more events, more shared circles, more togetherness than one person has capacity for. And because no one wants to be the bad guy, resentment simmers quietly under the surface until it eventually boils. Warning signs of oversaturation. Oversaturation usually starts with joy. You're excited about your new friendship or romantic relationship. You want to fold them into your world. You're imagining long-term possibilities. However, I urge you to stop and consider the introversion-extroversion spectrum. If you are the more extroverted partner, you may be tempted to bring your new people into every aspect of your life. However, this can be taxing on an introverted partner or an outroverted partner, what I just learned about. Here are the early signs that you've crossed a boundary. Your partner becomes quieter after group events. They sigh more often. They hesitate before agreeing to gatherings they used to enjoy. They retreat to another room more often. They stop volunteering opinions because they don't want to disrupt the vibe. They're not angry, they're just overwhelmed. And if no one names that overwhelm, it grows into withdrawal or resentment, two things that strain even the most secure foundations. Fuck up, a lesson in boundaries. Richard had been a good friend to Sadie and Jack for years. When he and Sadie began dating, he was suddenly everywhere. Their kids played together, their social circles overlapped, and before long, Richard was attending family events, concerts, dinners, and weekday drop-ins. There were days when he was at their house more than some of their own relatives. Sadie loved it. Jack did not. Jack appreciated Richard. He genuinely liked him, but the constant presence was draining on him. Every time he turned around, Richard was there, at the kitchen counter, at the birthday party, at the camp out, at the family group chat. Eventually, Jack hit his limit. They all sat down, uncomfortable but necessary, and Jack said, as kindly as he could, "I really need some space. I can handle seeing Richard once a week. More than that, I'm losing my footing." That conversation changed everything. Not because they suddenly engineered the perfect metamour schedule, but because they stopped pretending everything felt fine. Once Jack's needs were on the table, everyone had something to work with. Richard pulled back. Sadie adjusted her expectations. The pressure lifted. The relationship didn't shrink, it stabilized. Sometimes the most loving thing you can say is, "I need less." It underscores the importance of discussing boundaries and understanding the comfort levels of all involved. Exercise, setting metamour boundaries. To prevent metamour oversaturation, consider the following strategies. 1. Regular check-ins. Routinely ask your primary partner how they feel about the presence of your new lover. Questions to consider include, how often is too often for you? Are you comfortable with my new partner attending our family gatherings? Would you prefer to schedule joint activities, or is it better to keep things separate? Number 2, define boundaries together. Create a clear understanding of what works for everyone involved. This might mean agreeing on how many times a month your lover can join family events, or establishing solo time for you and your primary partner. 3, coordinated social events. When planning outings, ask your primary partner if they would like to attend, if they would prefer not to see your new partner at a particular event. This fosters a sense of agency and comfort. And 4, prioritize existing relationships. Ensure that your existing relationships remain a priority. Schedule time for just you and your primary partner without the involvement of other lovers to maintain connection and intimacy. When in doubt, ask, how often is comfortable for you to see this person? Are there certain events you want to keep just for us? Would joint social time feel better if you got to choose when? Do you need recovery days after group interactions? How can I support your boundaries without making you the bad guy? Then make a plan together, not to limit connection, but to protect everyone's nervous systems. Takeaway: closeness is supportive when chosen, not when assumed.